So just yesterday, after installing a centrifuge oil filtration kit on this 1995 F250 with the 351, we have hit 4,000 miles since installation, and the oil looks great. It's clean. Let's take a look at it right now. We have 139,000 miles on this truck, and since the last oil change when we installed the centrifuge, we have 4,093 miles. So 907 miles to go until we can get an oil sample sent off to a laboratory and we'll get some results. Here is the oil centrifuge that we have installed on this truck. And for those who haven't seen it yet, on this side we have an air pump. And the way this works is we have oil which comes from the engine, and we have an oil hose that comes from the engine and it sends oil to the centrifuge. The oil goes through pushes a spring, and the pressure has to be 35 psi or more in order to push back that spring and enter the centrifuge. That way the engine is maintaining oil pressure below 35 psi. Oil goes through the centrifuge, it goes to the rotor, it goes up through the shaft into the rotor. And the rotor has pressure washer jets or nozzles at the bottom of it. They're placed 180 degrees apart. When the oil escapes through that, it causes it to spin and spin and spin all the way up to 6,000 RPM. It's producing G-force thousands of times more than the gravity we have here on Earth. So it's very, very high G-force, very high RPM. What that means is that this is cleaning oil down to half a micron. Now, this isn't perfect. We can actually see I have a little bit of an oil drip down here, and that's where I messed up by not using any RTV on the gasket between these two plates. So I'm going to go back and put some RTV on it and pull the centrifuge off. But the oil goes through the centrifuge, it drops to the bottom into a collection plate. Now that collection plate is where that oil holds, kind of like a cone, and that oil needs to get pushed back to the engine. The problem with installing most centrifuges on different makes and models of vehicles is that you have to fabricate a different type of mount for every engine out there. And people have different preferences on where they want their centrifuge to go. Some people want it to go on top of their oil fill cap. Other people want it on a valve cover. Some want it to drain directly to an oil pan or into the side of the block. There's a lot of different ways to do it. And engine spaces are tight, especially on medium-sized trucks, such as this one, which is better than the newer ones they have, which are even tighter and have even worse compartment spaces. So this kit is going to allow you to put the centrifuge anywhere you want in your engine bay. This is on top of a plastic wheel well. We just mounted it to that. It's stable enough while we're driving. That air pump repressurizes that oil. It's low pressure. It's not very much at all. And it just sends the oil back to the engine. We have a custom oil cap, and the oil goes through that oil cap into the valve cover and back into the engine. And that's how simple this bypass filtration system works. And the centrifuge is cleaning that oil down to half a micron. The dirt, debris, and particles that do the most damage to an engine are 1 to 5 micron in size, which is about the same size of a blood cell. So this centrifuge works wonders purifying that oil, and we're going to be getting some results soon. That's how simple this centrifuge system is. So what does it look like right now? What is our testing? So once we get some results from a laboratory in about 1,000 miles, so I would say a month from now, we're going to get 3 samples sent off to the lab. The first sample will be our oil change before we install the centrifuge. I saved that oil sample. Our second oil sample is going to be from right now, so the mileage we have put on it since installing the centrifuge. And then our third oil analysis will be actually on the fresh lube out of the container. I have some leftover fresh oil that we put in this truck. So we're going to get 3 samples, that fresh oil, so we know and have a baseline. This is how the oil was when it began. The oil before we did the oil change, which it had about 10,000 miles on it. It didn't get some maintenance for a while, but now it is. And then we have our maintenance with the centrifuge on it, which will have 5,000 miles on it. So we're going to get that oil analysis sent off. We're going to get some results. We're going to see what effects it has had on the oil, what particles it has pulled out. I'm going to suspect it's pulled out mostly iron and maybe a little bit of aluminum or steel from that oil, just from bearings and wear parts in that engine. Might have a little bit of carbon, but this is a gas engine, so we're not going to have a lot of carbon or soot in that oil, such as a diesel truck would. But that's where we're at right now. We're going to get results in about a month, so stay tuned for that, and I can't wait to see the next video and showing you how the system works and seeing it on different types of vehicles, makes, and models. So, see y'all in the next video.